Golf Pass, I'm Natalie Sheehan. We have gotten so many great questions from you online. It's been so fun interacting with you and answering your questions. We've gotten so many interesting ones, though we decided to create an entire series for you just to help you improve your game. We've got questions about the long game, about short game. We've even got a lightning round at the end where we're going to answer a lot of questions quickly for you. Let's dive right in. This one is from Hassan on Instagram. How do you fix a laid off swing at the top to make it more neutral? So if you just have a laid off swing, which just so everybody understands means at the top of your backswing, the golf club would be pointed behind you quite a bit. So something like this. When we have that happen, it's common for us to want to steepen the club in our downswing, which can create some mishits. However, if you're hitting good shots with your club in this laid off position at the top, because there are players who play from here, if you're hitting good shots and you just don't like the way it looks, we don't need to mess with your golf swing. But it can help most amateur golfers be a little more consistent if we can get our golf club closer to parallel to our target line versus pointing way behind us like so. So how do we go about doing that? I've got some great little tips for you here. The first one is going to be talking about our front elbow. So for me, I'm a right-handed player, my left elbow. When we get the club laid off at the top of our backswing, my left elbow is actually pointing out in front of me quite a bit. So what I want you to feel in your backswing is like that left elbow or your front elbow is pointing more down at the ground. That's going to help you, as you can see, get that golf club a little bit steeper in your backswing so my golf club is closer to perpendicular to the ground versus being closer to parallel to the ground. That's going to help you come down a little bit more on plane and help you hit more consistent shots so we don't have such big misses when we're out on the golf course. So again, when I make that swing, I'm going to try and feel like my left elbow is pointed more down at the ground versus tilted out in front of me this way. The second thing that can happen if we are laid off is your wrists might not be setting properly in that backswing. So sometimes if our wrists stay very stiff for a long time, it's easy for that club to kind of roll around behind us like so. So you can see it's kind of awkward looking. And again, how the heck am I going to hit the golf ball from here? I'm going to have to steepen the club somehow and make some moves with my body to correct or compensate for that. So one of my favorite drills is actually to set your wrists. So you're going to set up to the golf ball. I'll do a little practice swing here for you first. Set up like normal. Stay in your posture as you're doing this. You're going to hinge the club up. So the golf club is about parallel to the ground here. I'm not standing up when I do this, but I'm hinging my wrists. This is how your wrists hinge in your golf swing for most golfers. So I'm hinging that club up. From there, I'm just going to turn into my backswing. And you can see that that club is in a much better position. It's very hard to kind of tilt it behind me and lay it off from there because my wrists hinged more correctly as I worked back into my swing. So again, we're gonna go here and then swing right on through. We can actually hit shots like this and learn how to hit from that position more quickly. So sometimes when we just have a feel in our swing, it's a little bit harder to implement. This is a great way to put yourself in what we know is a more correct position and learn to hit from there. So let's go ahead and hit one like that. So as you can see, that gets my backswing in a much better position, making it so much easier for me to hit better contact shots, but also my direction's not going to be as terrible if I have a miss hit. So I'm going to hit straighter shots with better contact, which is what we all want when we're out on the golf course. So just to recap, we're going to get our elbow, our front elbow facing the ground more, and we're going to make sure that those wrists are hinging properly in our backswing in order to get that club less laid off at the top. So Hassan, I hope that answers your question. These couple little tips are easy to take to the course immediately. They're going to help you hit better shots and get that club less laid off at the top of your backswing.